Years ago, I met a woman with the most beautiful eyes. Her name's Camille. Ended up marrying her, best thing that ever happened to me. Well, recently she posted something on Facebook that I'm going, oh, Camille, that's good stuff. You really ought to come on Jessups Journal and talk about it. Well, she said something, and I'm not sure it's true. Maybe Ed can confirm this, but apparently my wife says not everybody wants to be on TV. Well, of course they do, right? But with her permission, I'm going to tell her story. So she was getting her teaching degree at the university, and as part of that, you have to do what's called a practicum, which is basically, they had a lab there for a little mini school, basically. And it was 3 to 5 year olds. Now, you know, it's a university, and they had kids from all over, not just the United States, but all over the world. I mean, all parts of Asia, parts of Africa. It was awesome. All these little kids getting together and having fun. Well, there were these little kids. Joseph was his name. He comes to find out that he's in our same apartment complex. He would come, he'd wave, hi teacher, you know, and bring his little sister and everything. So it was cool because Camille really was able to have a connection with these kids. Well, there was these two girls, and full disclosure, she changed the names. So let's just say that it's Ashley and Nawachi. Well, these girls are just fast friends. They do everything together. You know, yeah, they'll have occasional little spats about who got the toy first or something, but nothing out of the ordinary. There was a long weekend, and Camille remembers this from way back then. That's how much of an impression made on her. So she's calling them into the reading group, and all the kids get together. They're all excited, you know. And Ashley stands up and, you know, in front of the group. I can't be Nawachi's friend anymore. And my wife says, oh, of course you can't. Everybody's friends here. And then Ashley continued and said, no, my mom said I can't be friends with Nawachi. Wow. Oh, by the way, did I fail to mention, Ashley was a white girl. Nawachi was a black girl from, I think it was Ethiopia. Somebody taught that little girl. It was wrong then and it's wrong now. Kids are not born racist. They're not born bigots. Please think about what you're teaching your kids. Because the next thing that happened kind of shocked Camille. She went and talked to the supervisor of the program and told about this incident. And the advisor said, we have to respect what the parents teach. Okay. Wow. I get that. I really do. And I agree with that. But what are you teaching your kids? Switching gears, here's another interesting story. I remember going out to dinner, my wife and I going out to dinner with my sister and her husband. And, you know, we got there, we signed the name, the whole shebang, you know. And my wife was starting to get a little irritated because more and more people that had gotten there after we did, and we had reservations, you know, were being seated first. My wife was about ready to just get up and say something, and they finally seated us. And bluntly, they seated us in a place that I wouldn't exactly call the best seat in the house. My wife noticed the waiter give the up and down with a look of disdain at my brother-in-law. My wife was just appalled. My brother-in-law just kind of shrugged his hand, saying, it's kind of what he has to deal with. Oh, by the way, did I mention? He's a black man. Last little tidbit for you. It's a show from like the, mid-'80s? And I noticed it. It was quite interesting. And instead of describing this, I want to show it.
Blanche, do you know what this flag represents?
This flag belonged to Big Granddaddy Hollingsworth.
He used to bring it to all our fine old Southern family picnics where all the cousins would gather.
And now I get it. This is just good old-fashioned fun.
Yes!
Okay, well, say, how about on Tuesday nights we hang the Nazi flag, hire an oompa band, and dress you up like Eva Braun?
This is not the same as the Nazi flag.
Yeah, well, it is to me, Blanche.
It was wrong then, it's wrong now. I don't care if you're rich, I don't care if you're poor, I don't care what color of skin you have, I don't care what sexual orientation you have. The reality is we need to get off this merry-go-round of hate. I don't care if you're far left, I don't care if you're far right, it doesn't matter. The reality is just because somebody disagrees with you doesn't mean that they're wrong. And the sooner that we come to realize that, I think the better off we're going to be. What do you think? Stories, they have power. They help us understand each other. With another entry into Jessop's Journal, I'm Doug Jessop, ABC4 News.